Hello and welcome to Talking Really. The talking point today is a load of rubbish. So if you're like me, you find getting around quite difficult, then you'll probably find that if you haven't got anybody in your house who can do it, that moving the bin out to the road from your garden is going to be very difficult. And especially if you're a wheelchair user, then you're going to find this extremely difficult to do. Now, I live in a property which comes under the sheltered accommodation rule. So you have to be over 50, you have to be having a disability of some kind or old age. And in my property, it's a bungalow. I have ramps fitted to the rear of the building. Some people have ramps fitted to the front, and I don't know why. Mine hasn't got one, but it would be surely useful to have one. However, the one at the back is sufficient for me at the moment. It just means that if I want to bring my scooter in to charge it, I have to go all the way around the back. And talking of the back, this is also where my bin is, and it's a small little alleyway down to my gate, and then my garden, and the bin is just inside the garden gate. Now, I've been here for 8 years so far, and it took a couple of years for me to realise that the other people living here, in my neighbours, in the alleyway, were all having their bins emptied by the bin men and the refuse collectors. Sorry, I do apologise. The refuse collectors were coming down every time, collecting the bins, emptying the bins, and then bring them back to the property. Now, I realised this was happening. Before that, I've been struggling, and also my mum used to come and help me out quite a lot. Well, in the last couple of years, she's been ill, so she hasn't been doing it. So probably the last 4 years or so, I actually have had the bin men emptying my bins for me, and the way that did it, I managed to get it out on the road, and I left a note on there saying that I was, disabled, unable to do it, and would they mind doing it. And from then onwards, they've been doing it. And of course, what we have is two bins. We have the recycling bin for cardboard and plastic, and then we have the regular bin, the grey bin, for everything else. And then there's another box which I haven't emptied for 20 years because I can't lift it, and that is full of glass bottles and things like that, and metal. So the recycling bin gets done once a fortnight, as do the other two bins alternately. About 6 weeks ago, that's 3 lots of bin emptying, so they come every other week. I noticed that last time, that's a bit strange, my bin is full, and I wondered why. Anyway, I've filled it up to the top now, and I believe that they're due to come today. However, I suspect that they're not emptying them. They're not doing them anymore. In fact, my neighbour next door, who's an older lady, she has carers coming in every day. They put her bin out the front. Of course, this is a complete eyesore. It's a small square where we park our cars, but the front of the buildings now has everybody, well, nearly everybody has bins out the front. So I don't know how they're going to come and empty those bins, or whether the arrangement is that you have to have your bin out the front in order for them to empty them. Now, I had heard that they were having trouble with the lane, the actual alleyway, because it's there's a little part of it where there's a tree on one side and there's a bush on the other side, and what they've done is that they've grown together, so it's very difficult to walk through, and what you have to do is sort of push through or duck. And of course I presume that what they're saying is the bin men, sorry, refuse collectors, they won't do it because it's too much hassle. So I'm presuming that this is what's going on, and why they haven't done anything about the bins. But what really annoys me about this is nobody has bothered to mention it. So basically our bins have not been emptied for 3 cycles, and of course if you have a bag or 2 every week, so that's basically 6 or 8 bags that you've got in your bin, it's full to the top. And then if we're going to have to wait another 2 weeks to come and empty it, then we're going to be overflowing. So that'll be 8 weeks, 2 months before the bin's been emptied. Now, in Wiltshire, where I live, there is a Wiltshire Council website which I've been on, and I found the assisted refuse collection phone number. I'm going to give it a call in a minute and see what's happening to find out if it's true that they have stopped doing it, and also find out why they didn't bother telling me as a disabled ratepayer, which allegedly I pay rates or whatever it's called these days, and I want to find out if they will come and empty my bin because it's full, essentially. And of course, what you'll find is that most councils will probably have some sort of assistance for disabled and elderly customers. And if they haven't, then you need to look on their website to find it. In Wiltshire, I'll give you the number for that if you're living there, and we'll tell you that in a moment. I have to wait till 9 before I phone because I don't think they'll be working before that. The bin men, sorry, refuse collectors should be here. They normally come sort of mid-morning, lunchtime. Well, of course, I'm not here because I go to work, so I leave before they get here, and then when I come back, I find out that they haven't done it. And of course, if this is the case that they aren't doing it, then we need to have an alternative method, because it's not just the normal waste, it's the recycling. Now, if they're not going to recycle it, then I should shove it in the main bin, because there's a whole bin full of plastic and cardboard as well. So there we go, that's the situation. And of course we're going to give them a call and see what happens, and see if we can speak to some people about it.
You are through to Wiltshire Council. However, our offices are now closed. Our office opening times are 9 AM to 5 PM, Monday to Friday.
Oops, not open yet. Oh well, try again in a few minutes
later.
Right, let's try again and see if we can get to speak to somebody.
Garden waste collections will cost £48 per bin for this year. If you have your unique reference number and are willing to pay, please press 1. For all other garden waste inquiries, please press 2.
I don't want either of those.
No digit has been selected. Garden waste collections will cost £48 per bin for this year. If you have your unique reference number and are calling to pay, please press 1. For all other garden waste inquiries, please press 2.
Okay, it's not a garden waste inquiry.
Good morning, how can I help?
Oh, hello there. It's actually confusing because I'm not doing a garden waste inquiry.
Yeah, that's okay, sorry. We have asked the IT to change our message and they can't do it. They've got technical problems, so I do apologise.
Okay.
You are through to the right team. How can I help?
Well, I saw on the website that you can do some disabled assisted bin collections.
Yes, we can indeed. What's the postcode that you would like the assisted collection from?
Right, okay, it's and it's number...
Bear with me 1 minute. Sorry, won't be a minute.
Alright.
Golf, yeah, it's just bringing the properties. And sorry, what number did you say? Bear with me while it finds that property. In Westbury.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, and is it for yourself or somebody?
No, it's for me.
Okay, and may I take your name, please?
Andrew Wright.
With a W?
Yes, with W, yes.
Okay.
I'm confused. Can I just ask you a question? Because the reason why I'm ringing, obviously, is to get this done, because it hasn't been done for the last 2 cycles. Up until then, you've been doing it for the last 4 years. So I don't know why it suddenly stopped.
Right, I'll look into that. It might be, sometimes it does run out, we have to install it again, so I'm very sorry if that's happened.
Obviously, because I've got a full bin and it's not going to be done today, I don't think.
Let's have a look. And is it, do you want it for all of your bins?
Yes, please.
As well?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you have an email address?
Yes.
Bear with me. Hills have taken over everything for us now.
Right.
And it might just be that they didn't realise or they'd made a mistake. But I'm just having a look now. Yeah, the assisted collection has disappeared. I'm so sorry. Right, I'll get it all set up again for you.
Mhm.
Now let's have a look. And you said it's for medical reasons, not age, didn't you?
Yes, I can't do it because I'm physically not able.
Okay. All right. I'll get it all set up again. Have you got a neighbour you could ask to put the bin out?
No, because they're all like me. They're all disabled or elderly.
Okay. Let's have a look.
Problem is that they're due to come today, I believe, and it's already full, and then I'm going to have to wait another 2 weeks for them to come.
Right. Okay. There's no way I can get hold of the crew. That's the trouble. Yeah, they are due for your general household waste today.
That's right, yeah.
Right, leave it with me. I've got a feeling they might have already been in your area. Let me have a look. They haven't. I don't know if there's any way to get hold of them. I don't think there is. Leave it with me and I will do my best.
All right.
On now, it should be assisted, all right?
All right, thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye. Okay, well, as always, nobody tells you anything, and as you heard, quite plainly, the fact is that they've given the contract to somebody else and didn't bother to tell them there's a disabled assistance required in our area, and there are maybe 10 bungalows here. We're all not able to move our bins. The problem is it now means that I have a full bin for another 2 weeks, possibly. That is it, and I would recommend that you have a look on your own council website to see if there is a collection for the refuse collecting men, and when they change contracts, perhaps they should really, tell them that they've got some help to do. Just a thought. Just a thought. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and keep smiling.